الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
قل أعوذ برب الناس.
This is a Muslim website. Does nikah mean sex? This is Islam Exchange, not a Christian website. I will post the link for you down there in the chat. I heard that the word nikah has disgusting meaning. So I'm assuming now the Muslim will say to him, no, you are wrong. And the guy is quoting Imam Ahmad. The answer. This is the answer, guys. It means either. يخطب الرجل. Look at this. The man, he engaged to the women, which means he marry her. The man, he marry his daughter to somebody, and then, or somebody marry a daughter of somebody, and then he pay her dowry, and then he if her. So marriage have nothing to do with the word nikah. Nikah is the action you do after you marry. Let us read together. This is Al-Bukhari, and this is the Muslim translation, which is very funny. It says, look at the Muslim translation, trying to make it look nicer. A man used to offer the us for the hand of the girl and the guardianship for his daughter hand, and give her mahr, and then marry her. Okay, marry her. Is it really marry? Let us see. We will find out. The second type was the man would say to his wife after she had become clean from her period, send for so and so and have sexual intercourse with me. What is that word? Nikah. The word here is not marriage. The word here is nikah.
So the funny thing is, notice how Christian Prince was moving. He was trying to move the screen into the Arabic, but he resisted because it exposed him. The Arabic exposed him. It took him a while to see where the word is. Oh, and he was saying that send for so and so and have sexual intercourse with him, right? And he says that sexual intercourse means here nikah, which is not found in the Arabic. This is why he was looking around to see sexual intercourse mean nikah, but it didn't say that. It says أرسلي إلى فلان فاستبضعي منه. Send for so and so and have sexual intercourse with him. You know, basically after لإمرأته إذا طهرت, after she basically, you know, is pure from her period, right? And then he says to her أرسلي إلى فلان فاستبضعي منه, right? Have sexual intercourse with him. Her husband would then keep away from her. وَيَعْتَزِلُهَا زَوْجُهَا. Her husband would stay away from her, right? And would never sleep with her. وَلَا يَمَسُّهَا أَبَدًا. He will not sleep with her or touch her till she got pregnant, right? حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ حَمْلُهَا, right? Until she is pregnant. حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ حَمْلُهَا من ذلك الرجل, until she is pregnant from the other man. الذي تستبضع منه, the one which is she's trying to get pregnant from, or the one who she's trying to sleep. فإذا تبين حملها أصابها زوجها إذا أحب, right? When her pregnancy becomes evident, her husband would sleep with her if he wished, right? إذا أحب, if he liked or if he wished. وإنما يفعل ذلك رغبة في نجابة الولد. and he does that, her husband does that, so sleep with her wife so that he might have a child of noble breed. Such marriage was called al-istibada. فكان هذا النكاح نكاح الاستباضة. That's what is called here. Sexual intercourse here, have sexual intercourse with him means where is it? Sexual intercourse, send for so and have sexual intercourse with them. Christian Prince thought that sexual intercourse here means nikah, or it's not. It says أرسلي إلى فلان فاستبضعي منه. Right? That's what it means here. Alright, yeah, you can clearly see he was trying to show the Arabic nikah, but he resisted, he stayed away, he went back to the English, and it took him a while to see, the word is not there. The word nikah is not used as sexual intercourse when it says this send for so and have sexual intercourse with them. Sexual intercourse is not found in the Arabic. It's not found as nikah in the Arabic part of the hadith, but it's فَاسْتَبْضَعِي مِنْهُ. That's what it's called.
So the man, he took the woman, she became lawful for him, he paid her dowry, and then he do nikah to her, not marry her. This is the physical act. And then here he says, the husband would sleep with her. The husband would sleep with her if he wished. Her husband did, i.e. that 5 sleep with the man. This is about the Arab. They used to exchange wives, they used to sleep with each other wives, and this is why the Quran says to Muhammad, if your wife don't behave, we are going to exchange them for you. All right. So all the word nikah here is about sexual relationship. Look what the Arabic saying. When Muhammad, he became a prophet, he destroyed the nikah of al-jahiliyyah, which means the effing system before Islam. If it's marriage, it's marriage. So it's not marriage. And here they are showing him why it is the same word. It is used for marriage, intercourse. And here they are quoting for you the same thing. It's a form of sexual relationship. Here he is quoting the Quran. Here they are quoting other verse from the Quran. Other verse from the Quran, etc. Very funny religion and very disgusting. Let us see if we have a Muslim contacting us. All right, our brother Sam Shamoun, he just posted for me the link. Let us open it. And we will share it with you guys so you can see it. All right. All right, that's Sunan Ibn Majah. This is the link. This is what Sunan Ibn Majah. Now, I'm not sure where we will find the link. Hold on. The rest. Page number 57. Hold on, Sam. Page number 57. Okay, page number 57. Okay, here we go. We are in 57. Abwabun Nikah. The translation, the chapter on marriage. Nikah, linguistically meaning to unite and to bring together. The real literal meaning of nikah is to have sexual intercourse, and the metaphorical meaning of nikah is bond of marriage. Do you see it, Muslims?
So today we'll be exposing the false potato and through Christian Prince, his teacher, and since the false potato also agrees with him and always says that Nikah is actually sex, intercourse, and does not mean marriage. And Christian Prince and all others say that Nikah, there's no such thing as marriage in Islam. There's only having intercourse, Nikah. And they say that Nikah is intercourse, defined only as intercourse. Let's take a look in the Quran, chapter 33, verse 49. It says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نكحتم المؤمنات ثم طلقتموهن من قبل أن تمسوهن. O you have believed, إذا نكحتم, when you marry, المؤمنات, the believing woman, ثم طلقتموهن, then you divorce them, من قبل أن تمسوهن, before you have touched them. What does before you have touched them means? Before you had sex with them, or before you consummated the marriage. Because basically marriage in Islam, when you get engaged to someone, that's called nikah, that's called marriage, zawaj as well. Okay, and then you divorce her. You know, basically you don't want her anymore. You're still in the engagement pyramid. You don't want her anymore. You don't do basically the second wedding, or basically the wedding where you basically write down the you know what is it called, where you basically become lawful to have intercourse with her, right? So this says when you marry, do nikah to be living women and then divorce them before you actually consummated the marriage, before you actually touch them, meaning before you consummated the marriage in order to touch them. So what does nikah here mean again? Does it mean, oh you have believed, if you do intercourse with women and then you divorce them? How do you divorce them without marriage? How can you divorce if you go have sexual intercourse with a woman? How can you basically divorce her? Like if nikah meant having intercourse outside of marriage and not marriage, how can you divorce her? She's not yours. You had intercourse. That's called adultery. That's basically, nothing have to do with zawaj. You can't even divorce her at all, right? من قبل أن تمسوهن, before touching them. We go to Surah Al-Baqarah chapter 2 of the Quran, verse 237. Allah says, وَإِن طَلَّقْتُمُوهُنَّ مِن قَبْلِ أَن تَمَسُّوهُنَّ وَقَدْ فَرَضْتُمْ لَهُنَّ فَرِيضَةً فَنِصْفُ مَا فَرَضْتُمْ إِلَّا أَن يَعْفُونَ أَوْ يَعْفُوَ الَّذِي بِيَدِهِ عُقْدَةُ النِّكَاحِ. The contract for marriage, the knot of nikah, of marriage. So here it says, Allah says, وَإِن طَلَّقْتُمُوهُنَّ, and if you divorce them, so that means you married them, but then you divorced them, right? You basically married them, got engaged to them, and then divorced them. You don't want to get married anymore. مِن قَبْلِ أَن تَمَسُّوهُنَّ, before you have touched them. Before, that means before you have consummated the marriage or had to be able to have intercourse with them, right? So it says, and you have already specified for them an obligation, then give half of what you specified, unless they forego the right, or the one in whose hand is the marriage contract forgoes it. So basically the one who has the marriage contract is al-wali, right? أو يعفو الذي بيده عقدة النكاح, right? So it is basically, if he forgoes, if the guy who has the marriage contract, if he forgoes the knot of nikah, of marriage. So how can you change it and say, the contract of sex? This is fun, because in here first it says, if you divorce them, that means you're already married to them, you're engaged to them. Before you have touched them, before you have consummated your marriage to them to be able to have sex with them, right? So yeah. That's one problem for them again. Let us go to Sahih al-Bukhari. Narrated Hisham's father, Khadija died 3 years before the Prophet Muhammad departed to Medina. He stayed there for 2 years or so, and then he married Aisha when she was a girl of 6 years of age, and he consumed the marriage when he was 9 years old. So the Prophet engaged Aisha. Engagement in Islam means marriage. Consummated the marriage, okay, is basically when you write the contract and you can now have intercourse with her. You can touch her, right? So it says here that the Prophet Muhammad وَنَكَحَ عَائِشَةَ وَهِيَ بِنْتُ 6 سِنِينَ ثُمَّ بَنَى بِهَا وَهِيَ بِنْتُ 9 سِنِينَ. Right? Here it says the word nikah. That he did nikah to her when she was, he did nikah to Aisha when she was a girl of 6 years old. Does that mean he had sex with her at that time? No. It means he married her. He had engagement with her. تزوجها, as we say in Arabic. If you look at this hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari, married Aisha, the Prophet Muhammad married her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old, and then she remained with him for 9 years till his death. It says here, عن عائشة, married Aisha رضي الله عنها, أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم تزوجها, that the Prophet Muhammad married her, did زواج, تزوجها, وهي بنت 6 سنين, and she's a girl of 6 years of age. Okay, وأدخلت عليه وهي بنت 9, and she basically consummated the marriage with him and entered upon him when she was 9 years old. So it says here تزوجها when she was 6 years old, and here it says instead of زواج you use the word nikah. ونكح عائشة وهي بنت 6 سنين. So nikah means زواج in this case. He did nikah to her when she was 6 years old, and this one it says he did zawaj with her. He married her when she was 6 years old. So nikah here in this case means marriage or engagement. And we go to Sahih Muslim here. Aisha reported that Allah's Apostle married her when she was 7 years old, and she was taken to his house as a bride when she was 9, and her dolls were with her. That basically عن عائشة أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم تزوجها وهي بنت 7 سنين. They married her when she was 7 years old. وزفت إليه وهي بنت 9 سنين. زفت usually means when we say حفل الزفاف. Zuffat comes from zafaf, meaning when she is given a bride, when she does the second marriage. Because first there's the engagement, afterwards there's the marriage, which is the zafaf, the wedding. So she would be given as a bride. So zuffat ilayhi means she's given as a bride to him when she was 9 years old. Okay, this is how we expose them. Assalamu alaikum.